After a rash of devastating and demoralizing electoral debacles in recent years, the Congress party has registered a historic win in Karnataka and perhaps sent out the signal that it is back with a bang, setting new records in terms of seats and vote share. Its highest in over 30 years, the Grand Old Party has won 135 seats out of 224, 55 more than in 2018, with a vote share of 42.8%. The closest the Congress came to this figure was in 1999 when it won 132 seats and had a vote share of 40.8%. The people of Karnataka have chosen to stick to the 4-decade-old revolving door trend of voting out the incumbent. For the BJP, it's a debilitating defeat. The Saffron Party has lost its lone bastion in southern India, ending up with barely 66 seats. And the JDS, that was hoping to emerge once again as kingmaker, has seen its hopes crashing to earth as the regional party wound up with a measly 19 seats. So what went against the BJP and turned the tide in favor of the Congress? Did the corruption charges against the Bomai government, the Congress's slogan of Pay CM and 40% Sarkara tag stick? Was anti-incumbency a major factor? Is it a win for the Congress's narrative woven around unemployment and inflation, gas cylinder prices in particular, and an outreach to women? Did the massive erosion of the BJP's Lingayat vote bank cost it heavily? Did factionalism in the BJP ranks, perceived sidelining of senior leaders and exit of high-profile leaders hurt the Saffron Party? And looking ahead, the million-dollar question is, kaun banega Mukhyamantri? Who will be the next Karnataka Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah or DK Shivakumar? Both tall leaders with a massive grassroots connect and instrumental in the Congress's huge win. But remember, while the two leaders might have put up a united front during the campaign, they have been locked in a power tussle for a long time. Both have been quite vocal about their chief ministerial aspirations. Can the Congress amicably resolve the thorny leadership issue? There are indications that Siddaramaiah has a distinct edge in the chief ministerial race with strong support from Congress MLAs. The Congress has called a meeting of its MLAs to hold consultations on the issue of who gets the top job. The Congress Legislative Party is widely expected to pass a resolution, leaving it to the party high command to pick the next chief minister, as is always the case. Another important question is this: what impact will the Karnataka verdict have on the 2024 Lok Sabha elections? What does it mean for the BJP? And could this be a rallying moment for the opposition? DK Shivakumar has been the Congress party's go-to person, I would say, not just in Karnataka, but in national politics. He's been their most trusted troubleshooter for years now. Yesterday we saw him getting very emotional after that big win, talking repeatedly about how he had been sent to jail by the BJP government. He can never forget how Sonia Gandhi visited him in jail and that he had promised the Gandhis that he would deliver Karnataka for them and that he has kept that promise. This is a man who's seen as a staunch congressman to the core. And some critics of Siddaramaiah still see him as an import from the JDS. However, what works to Siddaramaiah's advantage is that the man has had a successful stint as chief minister in the past and is seen to have the support of a majority of legislators. Is that an assessment you would agree with? And who would you bet your money on of the two leaders?
Well, at the moment, Neha, I would suggest that it will probably be Siddaramaiah, mainly because of his seniority, his statement that this is the last election that he'll participate in, his ability to be non-controversial, and the Congress High Command tends to pick the more malleable, safer, secure, sober bet over the go-getter, as it were. So, they always, one of the things they think of is, can I control this man if he goes off the rails? Well, they thought they could do so with Gehlot, and they found out they couldn't. When they tried to cut Gehlot down to size, Gehlot revolted, and there was nothing the High Command could do about it. But if you go by past record of what the High Command does, then it is most likely Siddaramaiah who will be chosen. This will lead to a Gaylord pilot situation in Karnataka in due course. This talk of changing horses at 2.5 years is unlikely to fructify. The man in the saddle won't let go, and the guy from the outside may have trouble, getting his due. Because more often than not, this sort of rotating chief ministership does not work. So, is DK Shivakumar worthy of being the chief minister? I'd say yes. He's 61 years old. He's dynamic. He has been a lifelong congressman and has come up through the ranks and is, his loyalty as such cannot be questioned. But having said that, you frustrate a man once too many times, like Pilate, you may not be able to tell him to wait his turn indefinitely while the other chap just walks in because he is less of a threat. So this is how it looks to me. As far as the BJP is concerned, they'll be watching this very closely. If rifts develop between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, you can be sure they'll be in there trying to exploit the difference and possibly pull down the government like they have done in the past, in their own favor, of course.
There's one more thing which I would also like to add, Neha, is that also within the Congress, that there is a JDS Congress, as told to us by a colleague, there's the JDS Congress within Congress, and then there's Congress. So Siddaramaiah has also gotten too many people from JDS within the Congress, and they form the bulwark who want Siddaramaiah to be the chief minister. He is a front runner, no doubt about it. He's a less flamboyant as of DK. Looks like, that he will listen to the High Command, keep every camp happy and all. But I find it very interesting that this time the party has not behaved usually for want of a better word, the way they behave with in other states as well. This time they have accorded DK Shivakumar the same kind of importance, on the stage, everywhere else. If Siddaramaiah is right next to the Congress president, DK is on the left. So it's not like as if they've tried to in any way send a message across that DK is less to them. And I completely agree with Gautam. This 2.5 years it doesn't work. Theoretically, who gets to become the first 2.5 usually ends to be the 5 years.
Okay, both of you have dashed my hopes, because I was somehow hoping that maybe the Congress would see the virtues of this rotational chief ministership formula. And Gautam Mukherjee is right. The last thing, and let me take this to Lieutenant Commander G Chandran. Sir, there is no doubt this is a historic and a famous win for the Congress party. The last thing the party needs is to fritter this win away. As Gautam Mukherjee puts it, the last thing you need is to convert Karnataka into Rajasthan. We've been witnessing what's happening between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot for the longest time. Yes, during the Karnataka campaign, Randeep Surjewala did a masterful job of ensuring that the two leaders put up a united front, did not attack each other publicly. And while both of them, according to Brijesh, have been given equal amount of importance thus far, things could change the moment one is picked over the other as chief minister. Gautam Mukherjee says if you actually have a situation where rifts develop between these two leaders and their camps, the BJP, you can be pretty sure, will be waiting in the wings to cash in on an opportunity like that. That would be a nightmare that the Congress party cannot afford.
Yeah, good afternoon, Neha, Brijesh, and Gautam. See, being senior journalist and political analyst, I thought you would have understand by now how the Karnataka elections went by and how Congress party worked together on the field to get this huge victory. So even before the elections, I'm very sure that there is an understanding which has been made between Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Mr. Siddaramaiah, so that This should be after the result. This should be your role will be this. Your role will be this. They must have gleefully accepted that, and after that they would have fought for the elections together. See, even the seat distribution. See, whenever there are one or more CM aspirants in any party, the trouble starts with seat distribution. So Mr. X will say, I need more people as MLAs, my people as MLAs, so that I will have a bigger say after the elections. Same with the other guy. So in this case, if you take Karnataka elections, it never happens. So both Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. DK Shivakumar, they were happily, they accepted the seats that were distributed. And from that, and after that also, there was no rift, whatever it was, they both of them worked together all across the state.
Can I
They
just come
traveled
in for
together.
a moment? I
Neha.
don't mean to contradict or interrupt you, but you know, when you say no differences whatsoever, they've coexisted in perfect harmony. Sir, anybody who's observed Karnataka politics knows fully well, sir, that the two have had their differences and have been locked in a power tussle. And can I tell you, just yesterday, when Siddaramaiah's son said, my father deserves to be chief minister, there was a rather sharp response from DK Shivakumar, who said the high command will decide. So, you know,
See,
it's all very
Neha,
well for you to say that they have both made their peace with what is to come. But we don't really know what's going to happen
see,
next.
Even see what Mr. Siddaramaiah's son said was put very beautifully by the media as showing us what he told. I would wish my father to be the chief minister. Any son would aspire that. Okay. Even if you ask my son, or if you have a kid, you ask them, they would say, I would like my mom, I would like my dad to be in so and so position. We don't have to read much into it. The supporters from both the sides, they will be putting up posters, coding. I came to know there was some posters for some other leader also who should be the chief minister by his supporters. So, see, we shouldn't think about all these things when comparing with Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, you know, the post-poll scenario and pre-poll scenario, we know very much. It was already a troubled state for the Congress party, even before during the elections and just after the results came out, because we didn't have a majority, so we have to pull in people from outside who told that only if Mr. Gehlot is chief minister, we will be supporting you. All those scenarios arose. Even yesterday, if Congress had not got a majority, and maybe if JDS was supporting, Congress had to take the support of JDS, then JDS would have put a condition that
So can I ask you, sir, since you are a Congress supporter, who is your money on? Siddha or DK?
Yeah, I will tell you. See, when we talk about DK, we all agree that he's the man for the organization. And just think a situation, which is my wish. We are going to get into the election mode till 2024 May. And I prefer Mr. DK Shivakumar should take a role at the national level. He should go to Telangana. He should be at Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. And in 2024, he should be the organizational man for Congress party's election victory all over India. That is my wish.
Okay.
And Mr. DK Shivakumar is more suited for that role